everybody. Welcome back to DWD in GTA. If you're very new to this, because it's very new, this is a series where I go around in the Grand Theft Auto 5 game, search for different lots, and fill a save up with them. If you haven't seen the first episode, which is the Lord have mercy, what's it called? Cockatoos. If you haven't seen the Cockatoos Club builds, I should have it up by the time this one is up. When it comes to scouting out this area, if my memory serves me correctly, what I did was from the Cockatoos area, I went in the direction of the place that's supposed to be kind of like the Santa Monica Pier. While I was going in that general direction, I happened upon this laundering place, even though it called itself like a laundering place called Panache or Panache, whatever. And it gave me the bright idea to actually do a functioning laundry lot because I don't really have that many in game. I've made one before, but it had nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto 5. That one's also in the gallery. I forget what I call it. But I decided to do one for this save as well because I wanted the function of being able to go somewhere and get laundry done if my Sims wanted to do that. That's if I even play in this save, but we're gonna keep that as something else. So I took several pictures just trying to get a good scope of the area and came back and started building. I don't know how many days it took me to do this, but I know that I did it over pretty much 20 different recording sessions. I don't know what that means, but the reason why it's so many is because I'm very indecisive when it comes to my buildings because, like I said last time, I'm an earth sign. Earth signs like plans, and it wasn't turning out to be a good thing. I'll say that when I was doing this without planning, because what'll happen is I'll happen upon an idea, start working on it, and then my brain will start fighting. And when my brain starts fighting, I have to leave and come back. And that's what happened over, I'll say it easily probably took me over a week to do this small little build. I know. This tiny, small build, it took me over a week to do, but I just keep leaving and coming back because what happens is when I get bored and I leave, I will go work on another build. Either that or I'll start scouring Pinterest for ideas just to get out of my brain fat. So yeah, I took those pictures, came back here and started working on the structure itself. I wanted to, just like any of my other builds, I try to stay as close to the building as I possibly can without using any CC, which it's not impossible. It's just a lot harder than it should be. Because I feel like there's like some basic things in game that aren't available that should be available. But baby, I digress. I very much digress. So yeah, I do my best to try to get the shape of the building, try to find windows that look as good as they possibly could look. The little wallpapers, because there was a tile, like a tile element to the facade of the store that I want to get correct. Also, you saw me earlier doing the picture in the wall because there was some kind of advertisement that was plastered on the outside of the building, but it looked like it was kind of like in the glass. It looked like it was in the glass. So I had to go off and make that happen with the painting that I found. Don't remember what pack it's from. I can't even bring myself to figure out where it's from. And then this window right here, there was another little window feature that I saw when I was taking pictures. And I wanted to make sure that I got, that little detail because I felt like it was plausible. I put this little thing on the outside to represent the photo booth and just working on finishing everything else. So I had to, get a trash can outside, get a couple of boxes. These are the only boxes. How come we don't have regular boxes? Doesn't matter. I put these little mail packages on the outside to help finish up the first phase of this, because the outside is the only thing that I really try to dedicate to making look as real as possible or as accurate as possible. I try my best. Did it work? If it didn't work, don't tell me. And on the roof, I put these little pictures up here, but there's this, it looks different in game, but I had nothing else that looked kind of like it, and I didn't want to flip it over because the parts that were on top of the building were white. Yeah, this part wasn't mapped out, but what I did was there was a lot of like grungy looking stuff on the outside, so I kind of started that, and then I added my own details before going inside. When it comes to the inside, it's like I said, I had no ideas. I knew that at the very least, I wanted it to be a dry cleaners along with a place to do laundry. Even though the dry cleaning portion wouldn't be functional at all, I just wanted it to look that way to have more interest. Yeah, more interest in the build. So I've mapped out a general area. Mind you, I'm still winging it. I mapped out a general area and for, what's this called? Like commerce, picking up stuff. And then mapped out the back, and then I started working on the, what is this? Lord, my vocabulary. I started working on the shelves, hangers. There you go. The hung up clothes. And I wanted so bad for it to be just like a bar of clothes instead of it being stuck to this thing from Dream Home Decorator. But unfortunately, there's no way for me to get a proper bar that looks like a good bar and hang the clothes on it and have it look good. So the stuff's going to be sticking out from the outside. I mean, no, it's not sticking out from the outside. What is it? It's going to be visible from the outside. There we go. Vocabulary. You see I don't have it, right? Okay. And I decided to continue on those clothes to the back room, which is essentially for employees and stuff like that. And I came back up front and tried to dress up these little shelving sections with plastic bins of different colors and putting them in different places. I'm not sure. I've never actually gotten my clothes dry cleaned before, but I looked on Google. You see, I'm smart. I looked on Google and I saw that one, dry cleaners are pretty cluttered, and two, aside from like the clothes themselves on the racks that they have sometimes little plastic bins that people put miscellaneous things in. I'm not sure what they put in. Maybe the stuff that falls out your pocket. Maybe that. And it's real messy. So I decided to make a wall of clothes. Yeah, a wall of clothes. And then this area felt too big. So I put a little, I guess, partition. Is that a partition? Sweetie, my vocabulary. I decided to put like a little wall up and add some more clothes to make it feel fuller because it felt too big and I felt like that could fill out that portion of the space some. So I'm adding more clothes and things like that. And in my brain, right? In my brain, if this were to work, the person could come up to the register, have their order, and it'd be ready to pick up. So the stuff that's on this front counter or center wall, yeah. The stuff that's on this center wall are the items that are scheduled for that day's pickup. Follow me, because I know I'm all over the place. But the thing is, this build is all over the place because, like I said, if I don't plan, I just don't know what I'm doing. And I leave and come back and leave and come back. So I'm not even aware of my frame of mind throughout a good portion of this. So with these blocks right here, or pieces of wood. I was on Google again, and I noticed that in some dry cleaners, there would be this place where you could pick up clothes that were readily available instead of going behind the counter. I'm assuming that's what the thought process is. So I wanted to kind of replicate that as best as I could. So I found these, what are they called? Fireplace spokes? Fireplace poker? I think that's what it's called. A fireplace poker. And it started off with some wood and ended up being these brushes right here because I felt like the brushes look better. And I just kind of put them together to make that general shape. And I think it looks kind of good. I don't like the pieces of the fireplace poker sticking out, but it's like, what could I do? I'm very much a novice with the tool mod. Yeah, I'm very much a novice with the tool mod, so I'm not great at working it the way it should be worked. I'm not. So instead of doing that, I did the best I could with just the standard move objects on. And I did it on the other side of the counter as well, just to, have more areas to do pickup. And over here, I decided to do an area where you can buy detergent, fabric softener, things like that. So I took what is this? The parking meter. This parking meter is so clutch. I took the parking meter and then I took the Dream Home Decorator shelves and I just made a shape. Now, part of this idea, I think it came from Audition, who's on YouTube as well. And they have great builds. If it's not Audition, I'm gonna put the name of the person who did it. But I saw them do something similar. And I thought it was so cool to be able to like buy your, laundry detergent, because that is a part of being at a laundromat. And I think that when I put the window in front to make it kind of like glass, it made a hole in the back. So I had to do what I could to cover up that hole in the back. So I had to test different pictures and see which one worked. And I think that one ended up working with the soft drink. If not, then I chose something else. But I thought it would look pretty dumb if you're buying your detergent, your fabric softener, your dryer sheets, and you could see through there to the back, because customers are not supposed to see what's in the back. So I had to take that extra time to cover it up. And one thing about me, I like to get into details when it comes to a build. Only problem with that is I can't think of details that fast. So now we're at the part where I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the washing machines and dryers. At first, I had it in like aisles, but I felt like it was cutting off the openness of the space. So I decided to have some units be on the ground and then some units be stacked. Did I say that right? I don't know. I feel like you're going to have to just get what I'm saying when I say it. Because I'm not good at live talking. Normally I could just like edit out my voice or something, but I'm trying my best. So after applying those washers and dryers, I grabbed these shelves, which are like the small shelves, they're like base game, and I blew them up, because when you blow them up, they're like the perfect size of the washer and dryer together. And I decided to stick those on top as a makeshift folding area, because at laundromats, they have the area where you can fold your clothes, but I didn't want it to be, I didn't want it to clutter the space. There we go. I didn't want it to clutter the space, so I added those. And for an element of, I won't say class, but an element of interest, I decided to play around with the wood. I think this is from Eco Lifestyle. By the way, I love this wood. It's so pretty. You can do so many things with it. I decided to just make like a border. And I believe the washing machine still work even though the pieces of wood touch the border. Did I say that right? I think I said it right. Yeah. The washing machines and dryers still work. I did this frame because it felt cute. It felt very cute. And there wasn't too many additions that I could add to make it, aesthetically pleasing. There's not too many things I could add because, my brain only goes so far. But I thought this was cute. I ended up doing it above the single layer washer and dryer. Yeah. All right, now that I was done with that, I thought that I wanted to do a TV. Yeah, I thought I wanted to put like a TV in that area, but then I think I probably ended up changing my mind, and I wanted to experiment with some wallpapers to give the area some more interest. So I was going around looking at different wallpapers, and I landed on a leafy one. I believe it came with the Caribbean update. I think it did, because it's base game. And I know that wasn't around during launch. So I landed upon that one, even though you don't see it right now. But I ended up on that one because I felt like it made the wall kind of stand out just a little bit, because, a wall full of green, not a wall full of green, a wall full of just white, it feels sterile, feels medical. After that, I decided to pick up some vending machines, because since this is a laundromat, they're not really going to have like a proper food station, but vending machines are cool. Then on top of the shelves, I decided to do a thing where I add towels, and then I added other items like bins, tables, and things like that. So I decided to focus on the set dressing of the area, because, when you're at the laundromat, a lot of times there's going to be tables for you to be able to either sit at or fold your clothes. And I put the shelf above the washer and dryer to make room to actually have a place to properly sit down. So in my head, college students will probably get greater use from this, because they might not have a proper, laundry setup. So when their clothes get too dirty, they can just come here and, they have their water bottles, dirty takeout, their clothes and stuff, and they bring their book bags and their laptops. So while you're getting your clothes washed, you could actually, get some work done, study, and things like that. I used the OSMP shelf by, I think, Picture Me Amoeba, or Amoeba, Picture Amoeba, something like that. It comes in really clutch, and I use it to get the towels on the shelves properly. Although, since it's folded like that, that could actually pass for clothes. It actually could. So I have those there. I put the laundry baskets on top for effect, since they can't do anything else. I think it looks nice. Yes. So before this series was even a series, I would do stuff like this on my own, but I would do it sporadically. And it was so ghetto. What I would do is I would go around, of course, looking for lots, but then I would take the pictures on my phone. Since I wasn't uploading it or anything, it would take me probably months to do each little build that I have. And I don't have a whole lot. And I think my building has gotten a lot better since then. So I decided to take a stab at it and actually do it and give it some attention, because it's very, 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 very underground. Very underground. I don't speak about it at all. But I'm proud of where my building has become. So I'm just, ready to take it to the next level. As you can see, I'm still adding clothes, trying to change the swatches up to make it a little bit more interesting. And after this, I think I was just being nitpicky at this point. Yep, I'm going to add that wallpaper thing to the side to kind of, tie in the space. I feel like tie in the space is what I was going for. And I decided to take those pieces of wood and bring them along the front counter as well to bring continuity to the space. I feel like that's what I would hear on HGTV. Yeah, bring continuity to the space. So the front desk feels more interesting. So I sat there for I don't know how long, tediously putting all that crap down. And for me, I'll go above and beyond to satisfy a vision in my head, because if it doesn't look right, I'll get annoyed. So I did this pretty much all across the counter, and I left space for if a person wants to come to the front desk, I guess. Yeah, if you come to the desk to pick up your stuff, that part should be open. So that part's open, and the part where you actually pick up your clothes at the rack, that part's open as well. And I won't bore you with all of this, so I'll speed past it, because that's pretty much what I do for I don't know how many minutes. Okay, so once I was done with the front counter, I changed my mind about the area in the back, and I decided to make it a little bit more detailed, because if I'm doing it for other stuff, I might as well do it for this part. So while I was on Google again, I noticed that there was a machine that people use to actually dry clean clothes. I didn't even bother to look up how the process is, but there's a machine that dry cleans clothes. So I decided to do something like that using, what is this? A cabinet? Yeah, I use a file cabinet, a table, a fire extinguishing thingy-majigger, and a hose, and a certificate. We're gonna act like in our brains that hose is the thing that dry cleans the clothes. That's what we're gonna do. I had to work around what I was doing to try to make it look, somewhat authentic, even though I'm not a tool wizard. So I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that can make a dry cleaning machine look very authentic, but that's just not me. And that's the best that I got. So I put some stuff on top of the machine. I think I put some towels there. And then I decided to work on having a washer and dryer in the back, because I figured it could be a personal washer and dryer for the business that, customers don't have access to. We're going to say in our brains it's a special one, because on Google, the dry cleaning machine that I saw that is in the back is like a big industrial one. And we don't have that luxury. So I'll deal with this. I decided to put the washer and dryer back there. And, taking the dream home decorator thing, I decided to do a shelving kind of system again, because I love the dream home decorator shelves. That's like one of the best things that could have happened to this blasted game. So I'm trying to get it situated so that I can put some stuff in those cubbies. And I think I ended up putting washing detergent? Yeah, I ended up putting detergent. Kind of like the machine that's in the front, the quote unquote machine. In the back, they have pretty much free range of that kind of stuff. And I added a basket up here and fixing stuff around, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. On the side, I figured I might add like a manager's desk or something here, but it just felt kind of dumb. So I took it away, and for the moment I added a locker thingy. So I added lockers right here, because I decided that I wanted the side to be the manager's area, but it's not like a full-on office, because the room's not going to be closed. Actually, it's not even going to be a room at all. It's going to be an area. Yeah, an area. And I end up knocking that door and those walls down. And I just put like a small partition just for it to feel like it has some type of privacy, because there is no manager. Maybe the owner will sit there sometimes, but there's no active manager or anything. And the chair is just for in case, employees want to talk about, I don't know, the salary or lack of salary, whatever. I wanted it to be realistic in that kind of way, because most businesses that I know of have some kind of area in the back to do their due, not the do, but, handle business operations. So that's going to be that little area. I don't expect anybody to go back there. And if I was smart, I locked the door anyway and the gate, because as it's working, I don't want any customers to go back there. And now I'm adding more details, to be honest. The holding area felt a little cluttered, so I got some stuff and deleted them. I changed this color apparently, but I changed it back. Like, girl, what are you thinking? In the back, I added receipts also. I guess I didn't show this part, but I added receipts off to the side and I decorated the, what is this? Counter. I decorated the counter a little bit to make it feel more like a business. But the receipts, as you can see with that little piece of paper, it's like the dry cleaner receipts. I guess. I've never been to a dry cleaner, so I don't know. But I think they have like tickets that you can bring with you when you go to pick up your clothes and stuff like that. I think so. Yeah. So I have those tickets there for just a little bit of a detail. And I took the locker away, added a little shelf of clothes. And then I went on the gallery at some point and I found like laundry art from somebody called Hoot of the Sims. And I like it a lot. So I started placing them just, in different places around the build and changed the color of the frames and just placed it, around the business. And then I decided to take the sign from outside and move it inside for continuity, trying to use my vocabulary words. I ended up making it a little bit smaller than that and changing the color, but I really, really enjoyed it. Did I? I don't know. I'm just talking at this point. I am just talking. I do like the direction that it's going in because it feels real, which is what I try to strive for when I build, because for me, I can't really use CC when it comes to building and stuff like that. And I've seen some great creators who have pretty much made me a believer when it comes to this like Maxis match stuff. And I believe that, I can achieve an element of realness within my game, since seeing people like, I think it's probably Arcasim and then like a few other people, I dedicate my stuff and my builds as a Maxis match, or just basically they're like base game, quote unquote, since I use expansion packs and stuff like that. I'm fully like integrated in that system. So I feel like I'm at a point where I don't need extra CC and stuff to make my builds look nice. You just gotta have that money. But, if you ain't got money like that, wait till it goes on sale. I decided to add a little coffee machine for recreational purposes, but let me warn you now, it doesn't work. I tried to get a sim in there to use the coffee machine and it did not work. It's just for aesthetics. It is just for aesthetics. I'm so sorry. I went off and added some pictures just to give it a little bit more detail and to bring the cost down, because when I put paintings up, it pretty much balloons the pricing of the lot, even though it's not like a lot that you can buy. Yeah, it's not like it's a residential or anything, but I try to keep the cost down as far as that goes. Just in case, who knows? You might want to sell washing machines. And from this point on, I'm just focusing on like little tiny details now, adding more pictures. And shoot, I done ran out of things to say. I sure did. But we still got a little bit more film to go. So now I'm just double checking everything outside, and I decided to take that what is it called? Lord. That parking meter. I decided to take that parking meter and turn it into like a proper phone booth. So I added a little thingy on the outside, and then I tried to work with the tool mod to get like a phone and kind of stick it to it. I felt like that was kind of a cute little detail. At least I thought it was, because we don't have like an actual telephone booth. But you know something? Telephone booths are like obsolete. I don't even know why they put it in GTA 5, but that's fine. So I stuck it on there. We looking real fancy, real nice. And we're pretty much near the end of the build itself. Everything after this is just kind of arbitrary. Yeah, it's just kind of arbitrary. It's just like little stuff that I decided to do myself. I added on the graffiti to the back of the wall or the outside of the building just to make it feel a little bit more gunky. I don't know if I kept it, but I feel like in my brain I kept it. So I added these scuff marks, I think from vampires, and just miscellaneous graffiti that I found from Get Together. I think it's from Get Together. And just sticking it along the back because there was graffiti on the back of the building and I wanted to represent that. This lot took me longer than it should have, but I am satisfied with the outcome. Look at that. I took it away and just did graffiti. But anyways, I like it and I'm glad that, I took the time to go off and do it because I want to make this GTA save functional as well as, aesthetically pleasing, because I don't want to just make lots that you can't necessarily use. It has like double meaning because like I feel like in my brain I want it to be like a good RPing world. Yeah, that's what I want it to be. And after I did the graffiti, I was pretty much done and just worked on the description. So the description of this lot is, let me get my voice going. To all the folks with funky clothes and even funkier undergarments, Panache Cleaning is here to solve all your Sims sanitary needs. Panache comes with state-of-the-art washing machines and dryers, but if you have clothing that requires detailed treatment, there are dry cleaning services available with same-day pickup. I hope you all enjoy. So, Panache Cleaning is currently available on the gallery to swipe up right now for the free. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble and ramble and ramble on. Thank you so much for tuning into DWD and GTA, and I will see you next time. Bye.